Everybody loves the American campfire. Don't you hear it calling your name? Everybody loves the American campfire.
All right, it's live. It's Uncle Ted in the Man Cave Cuckoo's Nest, the arsenal of democracy. I'm having so much fun. It's almost unnatural, except that I'm so organic. I like reek of the spirit of the wild. You know, people tune into my Real America Voice Spirit Campfire and they go, what the hell's this guy on? I'm on Spirit rocket fuel. You notice whenever I've done interviews going all the way back to the 1960s, I've always worn camouflage. It's almost always mossy oak camouflage, mostly because it's so comfortable, but mostly because I like to align myself with the mad scientists of the conservation workforce who create products. Like right now, I got my, do you have your own buck lure? I got a hero of 9/11, a survivor of 9/11. It's called Signal 11 Lures. I think you go to signal11lures.com. Do you have your own brand of dopey? My name's Ted Nugent. I'm a guitar player from Detroit, and I have my own brand of dopey. It's just so hysterical. But anyhow, we got signal11lures.com. I also have another mad scientist that has created the most unbelievable nutritional supplement. You go to Whitetail Products Gone Wild. We're going to put that on the screen post-production. Signal 11 Lures. By the way, I'm answering questions that I get bombarded with. What do you use, Ted? How do you kill all those deer? What are you doing? Well, I wear mossy oak camel. I use signal11lures.com and whitetailproductsgonewild.com. I'm promoting entrepreneurs in America because I surround myself with the best people. And whenever there's any kind of human tragedy, which happens every day of our lives in one form or another, you know who the first to respond is? Conservationists. And I have my blood brother. I use the term blood brother. Ronnie Strickland, you are my blood brother on every level. Even if you were a vegan who wore nothing but gay pride flag clothing, I would still love you. But the fact that you are a Spirit Campfire, mossy oak, backstrap blood brother, Ronnie, explain that bond. The bond that we have and why when people need help, it's always sporting organizations that are the first to help.
Yeah, you know, Ted, I'm a fan from way back because I'm the same age, and I couldn't believe this rock and roll guy was a bow hunter. You don't know what that was like unless you were there. So that's where my campfire started with Ted Nugent. But I'm telling you, I just got back, and you do this stuff constantly, but I just got back from a quick run to Spruce Pine, North Carolina. And we took a van. We went and rented a van from Penske, and they gave us a big discount. We filled it up with all kinds of stuff, and the game wardens told me where to go in there. It was all hunting-related people that said, all right, go here, stop here, bring that. And not to say anything bad about anybody, you know, people were just going, well, you didn't see any government this, you didn't see any government that. You know where I stand, you know where Ted stands. Hold on just a minute. No, I didn't see any FEMA people, but I saw soldiers, first responders, highway patrol, police, and hunters and stuff. People were everywhere. And I kind of thought about Ted when I was up there. I'd say, can you imagine how crazy this crowd that we're with right now would go if Ted Nugent rolled up in here? So you've always been an inspiration to us, brother, I promise you.
Well, that's why I call it Spirit Blood Brothers. It's an Aboriginal term in a tribe, in a community, in a family, in a neighborhood. Even today, all these many years later, since the dawn of man, since God's miraculous creation, the term blood brothers means that we will be there for each other. That no matter what the conditions, no matter how far away, one way or another, we will bring you aid and love and support. And you know, you're mentioning all these first responders. You know, I have a love affair. There is an inner circle love affair in the Nugent family. My band, my crew, my sponsors on Spirit of the Wild TV, we're on 8 times a week on the Pursuit Network celebrating hands-on conservation. And that's the battle cry of Mossy Oak. But you notice that the cops, the first responders, the firemen, the health specialists that go into dangerous conditions to save lives, you know that most of them are hunters and fishermen, because that down-to-earth connection with the spirit of God's creation propels us to help those in need. And that's what you did, and I'm so proud to call you my blood brother. Tell us some of the witnessing that you saw down there, and the remedy that you provided with people that were really hurting.
Yeah, Ted, we just spur of the moment. Tox and I were talking. We were talking to our buddy Hank Parker, who just fell out of a tree stand, and we were checking on him. But he's a North Carolina guy, and he was explaining to us how bad it is. And we got off the phone, and Toxie looked at me and said, man, we need to do something. I said, put me in, coach. So I threw him a plan. And, I mean, we just pulled the trigger. And we grabbed all kinds of non-perishable foods and stuff and just lit out. And I was Facebooking back and forth with game wardens who said, this town's good, you need to get here. But I was not prepared for what I saw damage-wise when I got there. Because, I mean, we've seen tornadoes rip through our woods and all that. This looked like something from a movie set. God bless those people in that little town I ended up, Spruce Pine. It was like I said, it was a movie set. Water is so destructive, and when it takes stuff, it takes everything. But where I ended up was the First Baptist Church there, and man, there were volunteers everywhere. Pull your truck over here, do this, do that. I met the pastor there, and his name was Rocky Branch. And we had passed the hat. One of the guys down there I had a cash donation, and he said, give it to this guy. He's keeping up with the money. And I was astounded at the organization. But like I said, it was all volunteers, first responders. First people I saw was a fire group from Tampa, Florida, who were getting turned around to go back to Florida. And I was like, these people are relentless, but they are absolutely the best people in the world. It was just overwhelming. You've been in those situations. I mean, you welcome home soldiers and stuff, and it's just something about it. But if you look around, you just know those people hunt and fish. That was my thoughts.
Yep, there's no doubt about it. I've been in those situations. I started the program off today celebrating a guy named George Britton, who's Britton's Archery and Guns and Ammo down in Tarpon Springs, right in the path of the hurricane. And all he talked about was getting prepared with extra food and water and chainsaws and medical supplies and all the things that people hit by the hurricane. And that's all he dedicated. He was actually looking forward to helping people. And I'll bet the pain, the heartbreak you witnessed was eclipsed by the goodwill and love and generosity, wasn't it?
It was. Those people are special. Those mountain people are, I mean, look, I said, I did a little podcast the other day, and I was talking about the people I met, and I said, you know what? We are all the same. Now, when I said that, I was talking about geographically, north, south, east, west. I wasn't referring to the knuckleheads on the left, if you know what I mean. But it was, one lady I talked to, I saw her over there. They had taken this church, emptied it out, set it up as a grocery store. They had shopping carts, and they were getting what they needed and it out of there. And I went and visited with her. She had 4 kids. And I said, don't let Shemaine hear this, but I loaded a lot of kid stuff on our truck. I had like Tootsie Rolls and Butterfingers and, I said, come over here and look, they were so appreciative for that stuff. And it was like, look, our little truckload didn't mean a lot, but if I lifted one spirit, mission accomplished. And I'll tell you, Ted, a guy asked me about you. We stopped in Asheville, the battalion fire chief, his name's Adam Wilson. He had 4 crews working under him, and had gone from search and rescue to recovery. And he led me in down here, said, come, we want to show you what's going on. I said, I don't want to cause any trouble. He said, no, we know who you are. You get your camera out and do whatever you wanted to. And he was showing us this and showing us that, and I was filming, and he asked me a couple of things. You really know Ted? I said, yeah, you want me to call him? No. But he wanted to talk a little bit of hunting because he had been there for 7 days, and he needed to have his battery charged. So we went back and bought an ice chest full of big steaks and found that we cooked steaks for all his team who were working with K9s and stuff. And it's like, and I remember thinking, I bet you this is kind of what it feels like to be Ted Nugent, because I was a big deal to those guys. They just wanted to get it off their mind for a minute because it's their job. And how humbling is that?
Yeah, well, that's that term, Blood Brothers. Ronnie, God bless you. You know, you and I met a long time ago. I've been wearing Mossy Oak camo, and I support everybody out there, no matter what brand, no matter what choice. There is a brotherhood out there. And when you meet these people that give and give and give, the two most important values of a human being are grounded and down to earth. You have a podcast, Mossy Oak Fistful of Dirt. Well, my life has been one fistful of dirt after another fistful of dirt, often combined with some blood and guts along the way. But God bless you for what you're doing. I know you represent the heart and soul of the conservation, constitutional, conservative American families. So let's keep the prayers flowing. Give everybody there at Mossy Oak and all your hunting buddies a big Uncle Ted salute. Let's have the greatest hunting season of our life and continue to share that venison by the millions and millions of meals with the soup kitchens, the homeless shelters, and the charities. Ronnie Strickland, you are forever my spirit blood brother. And I'll wrap this up today by saying that it is treacherous out there, both the abuse of power and the criminality by our government, and the dangers of Mother Nature as manipulated by our government. So keep your spirit, keep a positive attitude. If you hunt, get out and hunt as often as you can. If you don't hunt, get in the outdoors as often as you can, and it will cleanse your soul. I love real America.